Hi, welcome again to Moose Jaw This Week. I'm Lyle Johnson, and today we're going to talk about old things. That's not just Gary and I, but there's other things.
We qualify.
Yeah, this is Garry Davis, who's the secretary of the Susquehanna Ship Society that looks after the great museum that they have south of Moose Jaw. And each spring, are we in spring then? Yes, we are, just barely. Yeah, in each spring, they have a part swap. They have an antiques sale, and it's evolved over the years, Gary. So welcome to the show and tell us what exactly it happens on the 23rd and 24th of March.
This is our 40th annual, would you believe?
Man!
Antiques and Collectibles show. Started out as a car part swap meet and was that way for many years, and also a hobby show which had a number of hobby sort of things involved. Okay. And lately it's evolved more into antiques and collectibles. We still have car stuff, car parts like the license plates, like the ones you see behind you, and quite a variety of car stuff still, and automobilia, but it's evolved into a lot of other collectibles and all types of things.
Yeah. Well, I've been kind of hooked by the Canadian pickers and American pickers. I watch the show quite a bit, and license plates is a really popular subject. People back when they had paper license plates, and if they have them today, that's amazing.
Yes, license plates are very popular, and becoming more so now. The government has changed the rules. You can actually use a vintage plate on a vintage vehicle. So if you have a 1953 car, you can use a 1953 plate and register it using that plate. So that's becoming a big deal now.
Yeah, and of course, when we look at the plates, I remember when we were kids, and look at the plates, 44, 41, 42. Those are all Moose Jaw numbers.
Yeah, you could tell where the car was from by the prefix on the plate. Yes, yeah. Moose Jaw was 41 to 45, and Gravelburg was 70, and you could tell where the car was from by the plate.
Yeah. So, you guys have special people come in to kind of come to the shows with the displays and things like that. Who are some of the ones coming this year?
Well, one of the ones that's been coming for almost all of the 40 years is a fellow from Victoria, BC, who has Dinky, Corgi, Matchbox, Brooklyn, all kinds of small die-cast toys, has a beautiful display. And one of our new vendors last year coming back this year is Erin Kinder from Kinder Surprise Antiques in Davidson. She has a big display. And
I've never heard of that. What? And I've been to Davidson a couple of times in the last year.
She's a few miles outside Davidson. She has a barn there that she has a big display of antiques, and she's promotes us heavily on her Facebook page, and so she's coming to the show. We have a couple of ladies from the Radville area who put up 6 tables every year and bring a really nice array of stuff. So we have people who've been coming for many, many years, and we welcome them back.
And there are things that are for sale.
Oh, everything's for sale. Yes, it's not just for show. What's there is for the most part for sale, and it's a wide variety of stuff. A lot of toys, dolls, some sports memorabilia. We got a couple of new vendors this year with sports memorabilia, a couple of new ones with records. So whatever you like, you'll find it there.
Oh man, it starts on Friday at noon.
Friday noon. It goes Friday the 23rd from noon till 8, and then Saturday from 9 to 5 at the exhibition grounds.
Yeah, and the name of the building, I'm going to say the Heritage.
The Convention Center.
The Convention Center. That's right. Yeah, and there's lots of space to view things, and they also have a concession up for people to.
Yes, they have a concession. We have about 185 tables, and they sold out in 2 weeks. They're selling out faster every year. We got a waiting list probably of 40 tables if we had them.
Man,
we're popular.
And it's because this is our society has become interested in our heritage and things that have gone before us, and so it's nice that there's an opportunity for people to come and add to their collection and also see what other people have.
Exactly. And there's so much memories that people see. I had one of those. My mother had one of those, or I remember that from when I was a kid. It's a great place just to wander through and for nostalgia and add to your collection or start one.
Yeah. And your son comes down with stuff.
Yes, he's as addicted as I am, so he...
Good genes.
The apple didn't fall far from the tree on that one, unfortunately, but yeah, he's always got a bit of stuff to sell and buy.
Yeah, and he's just up north of PA. So.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of people from around Saskatchewan choose to come to this event because it has such a variety and it also has good space, and they'll find that treasure.
And we have vendors, like I say, the one from Victoria, we have a few from Alberta, we have some from Manitoba, and all over Saskatchewan. So yes, they come from a long distance for the show, so it's not just local stuff.
Oh, that's really good. What are the projects going on at the? No, there's been an expansion in buildings recently out there because of you want to keep the vehicles and displays inside more.
Yes, we've in the last 10 to 12 years we have obtained the Diefenbaker homestead, the elevator, a fire hall, a drugstore, 6 new display buildings, 6 buildings with tractors, cars, trucks, and another one scheduled to be built this summer that will be a replica of a 1950s International Harvester showroom. The International Harvester Club in Western Canada is funding that. They're putting up the building and they're going to fill it with stuff for us. So we look forward to that.
They came here last year with a national or international.
They have a meet in the Western Canadian branch of the chapter of the IH Club has a meet every summer, and they've been to the museum, I think 3 times in the last 10 or 15 years. And they were here last summer, or summer before last, and they planned this building, and we finally got the plans in place last year, and hopefully we'll break ground in the spring here.
Be corn binders all over the place.
Everywhere.
For the people under the age of 62, they might not know what a corn binder is, but it's a reference to international truck. International trucks, so they're called corn binders affectionately by their owners. So that's happening out there. I know last year you had a really good your days for the thrashing bee, but also in the spring you have an event then. And
yes, we have the Spring Fling show and shine on the first Sunday in June, and that drew about 130 or 40 cars last year, and so that's a great day to come out and see the museum. On that day, we were going to have also a family day in July. We had a Canada 150 day last year, which was really a big success. Yeah. And so we're going to have another day similar to that this year and calling it Family Day in July, and then of course our Threshing Bee in September again. And
the support for the 15 Wing Fellowship that the Sukannon ship is doing, they're lending their people movers and things like that.
Yes, for the car show at 15 Wing, we have people movers that we're going to loan them for that day. Yeah. So.
And they participate too. It's a great combination. So a member of that organization.
Oh, we have good partnerships with the many areas in the like this museum for one, and all the museums in the area. We partner with them on a number of projects, and with the base and Tourism Moose Jaw.
And Rhubarb Productions?
Rhubarb Productions, yes, and Karen Port. We loan a lot of props to those two for plays and things they're putting on.
And if you have anything that you don't need at your home that you might think would be worthwhile for other people to share and have, then I would suggest you contact Gord Ross is the president out there.
Is our president, yes.
And or Gary or anyone else who's on the. Just drop out one day and say, I've got some stuff I'd like to donate, and they can make arrangements for that to happen.
Yes, we're becoming a little more selective because we have so many of certain things.
I know.
But we hate to turn down donations as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it grows in like you mentioned the drugstore, and people go in the drugstore, and of course it's named after Leonard Fish.
Yes.
But you go in there and they've got packages of pills, and they've got all the things, confections that you would find.
That's right, yes. So the fishes were pack rats, and thank heaven for pack rats, because if without them there'd be no museums.
Yeah.
And they saved a lot of stuff over the years, and we brought out 4 truckloads of stuff. It's stored in the semi-trailer out there right now, and we've brought a lot of it in the store, but we've got a lot more that we don't have room for yet. But they saved a lot of stuff over the years, and that thank heaven they did, because we were able to replicate the Leonard Fish drugs, which is last year, I think it was the year before, celebrated their 100th anniversary in Moose Jaw. So Moose Jaw, a staple in Moose Jaw.
Yeah. Well, Gary, this has been this atmosphere here. Every time I walk in, we're walking through to our location. There's just so many neat things as you see it evolve, and the fact that the Sukannon Ship Museum maintains that heritage for our community. It's one of the most picturesque places you can just stop in and go, what?
People are amazed when they come there as to what is really there. They've driven by it for years and never stopped, and suddenly they do, and they're amazed by what's there. And next year, in 2019, will be our 50th anniversary. We built the original museum building in 1969, and so we've come a long way from 10 acres of prairie.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you expanded northward.
Yes.
There's a development past the first row of trees behind
Yes.
the train station.
Yes, we bought more land several years ago when the opportunity came up, and so now we've the elevators out there, the Diefenbaker homestead, the farmstead, the house and the barn, and
And in the stream.
yes, in the spring, yes, the stream.
Well, yeah, because there's a bridge over it and stuff like that, which is cool. But then, and it's more is even happening as you move further north. There's, things are evolving out there.
Yes, we got a little more. We planted some more crop out there this last
Yeah.
year. So
How'd you do?
well, the crop wasn't fantastic, but we don't look for the quantity or the quality. It's just as long as we get something to put through the threshing machine and show people how it was done.
And let them be Stukers.
Is Stukers or pitch bundles or whatever they want to take part in it. And so that's another thing I would like to mention. If anybody wants to volunteer at the museum, we are always looking for people to help us out. If you like old things, and no matter what you like to do, we'll find something for you to do out there.
So, the collectibles, antiques, and car parts sharing takes place on
March 23rd, 24th in the convention center at the exhibition grounds. Friday opens at noon till 8, Saturday 9 to 5.
Okay, Gary, thanks for letting us know again. It's kind of an annual event for us to come and promote it, but I know people will have a wonderful time taking in the things. So thanks for being our guest today, and we'll be right back with our next segment.